Hey guys, it's Tuesday, December 15th. And these are really crazy days with these new COVID restrictions in place. Trying to live this out and figure this out. I've had lots of conversations with people, and it's just really hard. I know when we had to send a note to our kids, tell them that Christmas was off this year, that was not a joyful conversation. I was quite sad about that. And yeah, these are just hard days. We feel very, very much alone. And recently I was directed to an article that someone wrote on Facebook that I thought was really fantastic, that kind of talked about isolation and what that first Christmas was like. So I asked them if I could share it here on ACC today, and they said that would be fine. So here's that article now. The first Christmas was literally about isolation. Mary and Joseph were already ostracized because they were unmarried and expecting a child. In fact, in that culture, Mary could have been put to death over her situation, but Joseph stepped in. Likely already feeling isolated, they had to leave even that community and travel on their own to an area foreign to them. Arriving there, already alone, they are turned away from every place of refuge possible. They are put in isolation in a dirty barn where Mary gives birth with only Joseph to help her. Mary, having her first child all alone in a dark, dirty barn, in a culture where typically she'd be celebrated and the woman in her family would surround her and care for her. She's isolated by the shame of others, believing she's a lying, impure, possibly even crazy woman. She's isolated from her own people in a foreign land. She's isolated away from a town where there would be at least light and clean water and warmth. So if anyone felt isolated, it was these insecure new parents holding a screaming infant in a dirty barn, likely half in shock, cold and exhausted and alone. But God had arrived. Emmanuel. He was with them. He had come to earth in the flesh through agony and dirt and straw and blood. He had arrived and would never leave them. He would never leave us. He will never leave us. So as we face this Christmas with some sadness and loneliness and isolation, know that we aren't the first. The first Christmas, and the reason why we even celebrate at all, was marked by utter isolation, even fear, even anxiety. Nothing tidy and well-wrapped and smelling like cedar boughs and gingerbread. Christ is with us, among us, for us. Christ is with you, among you, for you. You are loved. You have value. Well, I hope that was encouraging to you, and to remember that you're not alone, that Jesus understands exactly what we're going through. We do not have a high priest who's unable to empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who's been tempted in every way just as we are, yet he was without sin. Let us then boldly approach the throne of grace with confidence so that we might receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. I love those verses from Hebrews, and they're very encouraging and strengthening to me personally, and I hope that they will be to you. Guys, we're going to get through this. This will be in our rearview mirror at some point, and so don't give up hope. These are the days for optimism and for faith, and so I'm praying for you and praying that God will strengthen you deep in your heart. God bless you. Have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you again on Friday.